Hey, welcome along to another video, and today I am looking at something a little bit different. It's an out of office app, I guess you'd call it, which connects up to your Gmail account or your Outlook account. Very, very important, just those two email providers. And what it does is it gives you more intelligent out of office replies, because as you know, you have a standard out of office reply when it comes to these apps that you can just set up for a certain time and that's it. But what Snooze does, and it's Snooze, what Snooze does is it actually allows you to set up rules and templates. And it also, of course, has AI. I mean, everything has AI right now, right? If it doesn't have AI, it's not worth looking at, so to speak. So let's take a look at what it actually does. So here we are on the interface, and this at the moment is on a lifetime deal on AppSumo. My link, depending where you're seeing this, should be in the description. Thank you for supporting me by using my link. I really appreciate it. So I'm at home. I go to users, and you will see that I have one account set up. Now, on the first tier, you get access to one account. That's my Gmail account, or an Outlook account. With tier 2, you get access to 3 accounts and you get more of these AI credits. More about that just in a second. You then have templates, and I have a number of templates set up. So the first one here is called Weekend, and it replies back, "Hello, Richard. Thank you for your message. I try not to check my emails over the weekend, so I'll respond. I will respond on Monday." So let me just put that in, and then I click on Save. Then I have one if somebody has booked a call with me, and it's dear sender, just reaching out. Thanks so much for booking in a session with me. You should have received an email, etc. Then I have one for out of office, just Monday to Friday. Thank you for a message. I don't actually check my emails after 6 p.m., so I'll respond to you tomorrow. Have a good one. And then this is the default out of office that comes up. Now, let's have a look at a couple of the options here. I can put in different colors. I could add an image. I can add a link. I can personalize this. Okay. Now, here's one that I like. If you add in your booking link, it will automatically put in your booking link wherever you put that variable there. Or you can ask AI to write you an actual message. I'm not convinced how AI this is, because it always comes up with something like this. I mean, the messages are all the same. I have asked them to see whether, and I put it on the roadmap to see whether they can give you more control over the messages here, and later on where I'll show you in a second. One of the things that you can do is you can actually set up a backup email. So, sometimes you receive an out of office and it says, "Please contact John Smith, and he'll be able to look after your query." Well, you can do that with this as well. So let me just exit out of that. Now, where the power comes in here is the rules. And this is something that you have to be very, very careful with, and something that I made a mistake with initially, and actually today as well. Let's talk about the don't respond. So let me just get rid of this classes one actually. It doesn't respond to any spam or mailing list. Okay, so if a message comes in from a mailing list and it identifies it as a mailing list, it doesn't respond back with any auto reply. So that's really important. The way the rules work is from number 1 to number 3. So it first tries to validate this and see if this is true. It responds with that auto response. If it's not true, it goes on to number 2. If number 2 is not true, it goes on to the weekend. So let's see how I've set this up. It says if message is from equals true. So no matter what message you get, send an email response and use the AI. Okay. Now the AI will read the message the person sent, and then it will respond back. And I'll show you an example of that. It's not bad, but I've asked them to put it on the roadmap to have more control over that AI, whether it's more professional, whether it's more informal, etc. Now you can continue to add rules here, but be very careful, because I can say and, or, I can say plus, and then what I can do is I can say it's from anyone, from a specific email address, a specific domain, from a mailing list. It has a subject in it, a body, a sentiment, a language addressed to me, received on. So there's a lot of options that you can actually have here. And let me show you one of the rules. Let me just discard that. This one is from TidyCal. It's from specific email address. And what I look for is if it contains, or even if it equals, service@TidyCal. And the subject contains any of new booking with. Then what I wanted to do is I want it to respond to the reply to. This is something that they put in because I asked them. Respond to a reply to instead of from. Now what does that mean? When somebody books TidyCal, it comes from service@TidyCal. That's my booking, the email from the booking service. But it also has a reply to field, which is the email of the person who actually did the booking. So it will reply back to them and it will use this template here. I can select the template, but it uses that template here. Now, always make sure you update the rule. Always make sure that you click to save. So it will go through all of these rules. And if I want to move one of these rules down, I just go like that. So the first thing it's going to look at is this from TidyCal? No. Then it's going to send out the one from the weekend. Actually, let me move that back up here because it'll be a bit strange if I send out an auto response to say that I don't check my emails at the weekend. Be very careful, because if you have the rules in the wrong order, then the magic happens, or the anti-magic, if there is such a thing as anti-magic. Okay, integrations. This is where I can add my inbox, my Google Calendar, my Google Signature, Google Drive, and Salesforce. Let me talk about Google Calendar. Google Calendar will allow you to put automatically, it'll block out when you're out of the office. Okay, so it will automatically block out the times so that people can't book. If I go into settings, I have to, with Google Calendar, create an out-of-office event on Calendar, add an out-of-office email signature, which is this. Okay, so I've got good news and bad news. Let's go with the bad first. The bad news is I'm out of the office. The good news is I'm enjoying and relaxing and restoring my work-life balance. Now, this is what will come up as my signature. So I don't know, that could be useful to have as your signature, or it might be please contact Joe Smith. If I go into manage snooze, these are the hours that it is currently active. Now, if I want to change that, I can say specific days only, specific hours only, or all the time. So if I say specific dates only, I would put in the dates here. For example, I'm traveling on the 30th. So I might say from 6 until 9 on the 30th. Okay, until the 31st there. And I enable snooze. Now, again, be careful just when you actually enable these, but it allows you to have some flexibility there, that I can always say from 6 until 9, from 6 in the evening till 9 in the morning, I don't want anybody to contact me. I want to send out the auto response, and then on specific dates like that. Then you have the Chrome extension, which apparently is just to make it a little bit easier, and those AI credits come up. So what happens is when you send an email, it gets tagged as snooze not responded. Okay, and that is here because it says that this is from a mailing list, etc. And you see it creates folders here. Now, if I go to snooze responded, I have one here from Sandy, and I told Sandy that I was going to be moving office, and the AI response comes back. I don't know why HTML there. Hi, Sandy. Thanks for your kind words. I appreciate your support during the move. If you'd like to schedule a meeting, let's try that again. If you'd like to schedule a meeting, please feel free to use my calendar link, book a time with Richard, and that comes up like that. Otherwise, if I don't have that, for example, this one here, thank you for your message. I was trying to check my emails over the weekend, so I'll respond Monday. Okay. Now, it's taken the name that it saw that the person has set up in their email client. Okay. So it doesn't know that my name is actually Richard. It thinks it's Richard at eBits. This one, new booking with Richard. So you see that it comes up and it is from TidyCal, but it says reply to richardbutler.coach. That is the reply to. Remember I showed you that? And the reply it gives you is the standard template that I have. Thank you so much for booking a session with me. Right now, I think this is a really good piece of software. I think there's lots of applications if you can start thinking of different processes and different things that are coming in so that you can try and get different responses. The problem is if you get too fancy and too elaborate, it may happen that you send out the wrong response, or maybe the AI sends out a response that doesn't make sense, etc. I'd like to have a little bit more control over it. For I think it's $39 on AppSumo, link in the description, of course. Thank you for supporting the channel. Make sure that you like it, make sure that you share it, make sure that you subscribe. Let's get that out of the way. For $39 for the tier 1, which allows you to add one Gmail account, I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty handy. It's just an extra little bow. Do you need it? I don't know, maybe. Do you want to be able to focus on your work? Maybe. I would give it a good test to make sure that before you enable the snooze that you have everything set up correctly, because one of the problems is that if you have any other software that may, for example, I have one called Mailman HQ, which stops emails coming in during certain hours. So I think I have set it up to fetch emails at 7, 1 and 6. So any emails that come in between those brackets of time aren't actually processed by Gmail, thus it's not processed by Snooze. Okay, so what could happen is that the auto response doesn't go out immediately. Okay, so is it worth it? I think so. I've enjoyed playing around with it. Support is amazing. Shout out to Victoria. She is absolutely fantastic. So super helpful. Really like this software. Grab it. Make sure you like the channel. Make sure you leave a comment. See you in the next video.